Operation Desert Storm, otherwise known as the wettest summer since records began, the story of Noah.
There once was a man called Noah.
Noah was God's friend, which was odd in those days because no one else was.
Noah listened to God.
He talked to God.
He just loved being with God like you do with your best friend.
Noah was a good man, but everyone else was bad.
They would do horrible things, like kick the cat.
And tip the water out of the goldfish bowl.
All over Granda.
They'd stick their tongue out at old people.
That's you people. And when they blew their nose, they didn't use a hanky.
They just used their sleeve.
But that's not all. They did lots of other horrible things as well.
They were mean to each other.
Go on, Reece, you hit him a thump there.
And cheated and lied and stole.
Go on there, quick, Colin. Now, God wasn't pleased with the people.
So he had an idea.
God would get rid of all the bad people and all their bad ways by washing them all away.
All except Noah and his family, who were good.
Okay, Reece, you can go back to your seat now. Good boy. So God told Noah to build an ark.
Short for a very big boat.
Do you know how to build an ark?
Neither did Noah, but God knew, and he would show him.
Noah knew that he would need help, so he called for his 3 sons.
His 3 sons hurried over.
Conveniently carrying their heavy carpentry tools with them.
Noah explained to his sons that what they had to do was to build a big boat.
First, they started by sawing.
They sawed and they sawed.
Until they were sore.
Their backs were sore, their arms were sore, and their legs were sore.
When Noah saw how sore they were from sawing, he saw to it that they stopped sawing and did a bit of hammering instead.
With hammers and nails, they joined together bits of wood.
They banged in the nails very hard.
The ark was taking shape, and soon they had to paint it.
They took their brushes and their paints, and they started.
They slapped it here.
They slapped it there.
Noah's neighbours came out to watch.
They laughed.
They pointed.
And pulled silly faces.
They didn't believe Noah about the boat, or the storm, or needing to be rescued.
Noah must have looked very silly.
His boat was in a desert.
The desert was nowhere near the sea, and there wasn't even a cloud in the sky.
Why would anyone need an umbrella, let alone a boat?
But Noah didn't mind so much what other people thought. He minded what God thought.
So he just did what God told him to do.
When the ark was ready, Noah and his sons all stood back to admire the view.
And now came the next bit of God's plan. There were to be some special passengers.
Animals, 2 of each kind.
Every kind, big, small, fat, thin, lean, and.
So Noah and his sons set about rounding up the animals.
God said, all aboard. Noah's family and all the animals climbed inside.
Then God shut the door.
It started raining.
It rained, and it rained, and it rained.
The rain came down and the floods came up, up and up and up.
sailed away.
It rained for 40 days and 40 nights.
And the whole earth was covered with water,
Everything was washed away.
just as God planned.
When the 40 days were over, it stopped raining, and the floods went down, and there was dry land again.
Hooray! Everyone shouted. Hooray!
Noah and his family opened the door and stepped out of the ark.
It was a new and fresh start for the whole earth.
The bad had been washed away.
Then God put a beautiful sign in the sky
A rainbow.
to show that he would never flood the earth again.
And it all happened.
Just as God planned. Well done, boys. Brilliant.